Okay.
Just a microphone kind of guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Truth Train here on podcast internet website.
Summer edition.
Summer edition. This is a summer special.
Mm.
This is not your usual programming.
No.
We have the door behind us open,
Which is huge.
We need air in the studio.
That's right.
Which is, as we've said before, and it's very important to not keep what do you call it?
Repeating
yourself.
Yeah, that's right.
Because this is not a repeating podcast.
No. We do not condone repeating here.
We don't do the repeat. We don't do it.
We are repeat intolerant.
Exactly.
We have no tolerance for repeating, and we won't stand for it.
We won't stand for repeating.
That's right.
Of course, this is your annual sanity checkup. Have you gone insane since last week? Many people are asking.
So many people are asking that.
Yes. Well, gladly, we are here to tell you what the answer is. But of course, stay tuned. Remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment
Right,
wherever that is possible.
And send us your manifesto, which we've said many times before.
Have we said that before?
Once or twice. Once or twice, yeah.
Okay, so I've burned myself, just to say. I burned my hand. I was making coffee. I spilled hot boiling water over my hand.
Yes.
And I haven't burned myself in many years.
Because you're very diligent with regard to avoiding burns.
When you become a certain age, you don't burn yourself.
No, you don't.
Because you have burned yourself. You've learned throughout the years that, like, stay away from fire. Don't touch the stove. Stay away from those women.
When I was young, I took like 10 firecrackers and held them in my hand.
Right.
And I got third-degree burns.
Really?
Haven't been burned since.
Why did you do that? Like, what was the reason?
You know those sparklers that you have on New Year's that are illegal everywhere?
Yeah.
They just sparkle. Well, I took about 120 of those, and I gaffer taped them into one big thing, and I stood like this, and I was like, wow, I was so excited, and I just lit it up like this. And, of course, it didn't do a slow burn. It just became a fireball like this big. Right?
Really?
And so my hands were just ensconced in a fireball. And anyway, that never been burned since.
Yeah, but you had to learn the hard way.
That's right. I had to learn the hard way through a fireball, a self-inflicted fireball.
Yeah, it's like how to not get murdered. You go out there and you almost get murdered.
That's it. It's exactly.
That's the way to stay alive.
It's exactly the same.
I think it's the same.
It's exactly the same.
Because if you want to stay alive, how do you know what's dangerous?
That's right.
Unless you've tested or burnt yourself.
Yeah. I have no respect for people who haven't gone out there and tried to get murdered.
Me too.
We as a podcast don't respect those people.
The fact that people go out the door, pick up the newspaper, buy lunch at a cafe, walk amongst traffic, that kind of stuff, that is a way to keep yourself sharp. The problem with the world today is that people are not getting sharp enough.
There's not enough guerrilla warfare to keep people sharp.
I had this conversation the other day that we're getting soft and we're getting docile, right? And we should unleash dangerous animals into society in a city like New York. There should be animals running around trying to kill human beings. Exactly. That would keep us sharp.
Grizzly bears.
Exactly, on the subway.
Yeah, ideally.
Yeah.
And just in apartment buildings.
Yeah,
and in Central Park.
You're like, yeah, well, I'm going to be homeless. I'm going to sleep in the subway tunnel. No, you can't, because there's cheetahs down there.
That's right. That's right.
You know?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So yeah, I got burned.
That's great. Hey, can I just say one thing about, you said this is where people come to check if they've gone insane since the last episode.
Exactly.
And I would just like to say that, that may sound like a joke, right? But when you go to Alcoholics Anonymous or Narcotics Anonymous.
Have we talked about this before?
Maybe once or twice, but it's a good analogy.
Right.
If you show up at a Narcotics Anonymous meeting, you're not getting high, right? In the same way, if you show up and listen to this podcast, you're not insane.
Well, if you're going insane, this is the way to stop the growth of insanity.
So this is a podcast for both insane and sane people, basically, is what you're saying. Because either you're checking or you're, healing. Am I right?
You sent me something that we needed to talk about.
Yeah.
Can you please set the stage?
I mean, absolutely. I have a lot of great thoughts. let's just start.
That's not narcissistic.
Let's just start there.
Yeah, let's start there.
But I think this is one of my best ones. And I was thinking about this, right? There's certain people that are so fucking annoying. And you would like them to have an epiphany, which basically is them saying, maybe I'm the problem, right? And so a lot of people in my life that I've met, all of them actually, except me, have acted like complete fucking assholes, and I would just love to put them in some kind of situation where they have to just have the thought, maybe I'm the problem, right? And I was thinking this, right? If you beat someone half to death and put them in the hospital, that will make them think, why would someone do this unless I'm the problem? It would only make them ask that question if you have no criminal record for beating people half to death.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because then you're going, I'm a nice person. I got a great job. I'm married. I was the local, priest in my village and the local mailman. And, I fought in the war and I was a good person and I contributed to society. Then you came along with your fucking bullshit and made me do this. But if you're a person who just, has beat 70 or 80 people half to death already, then you're crazy and then there's no room for introspection. Right. I mean, isn't that a pretty genius thought? So where do you use your once-in-a-lifetime beat-to-death card?
Right.
How do you use it responsibly? And who do you use it on?
Well, I guess it is to fight injustice.
I mean, it's the only way to fight injustice.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, nothing gets things done like violence. Nothing accomplishes things like violence. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, come on. If somebody hits me in the face, I'll wake up.
Well, Jesus did tell us a different story.
What did he say?
Turn the cheek. The other one.
Yes, but then they won't realize how wrong they were.
Yeah, but Jesus said that was and that's direct from God.
Yeah, but Jesus, he knew he was going back up to heaven. I mean, he wasn't too invested in this human experience like you and me.
Because he knew that, like, okay, I have 33 years on this planet.
That's it.
And
then I just go back up there and I, hang out in the VIP section.
Yeah.
And I know I'm going to, it's not just getting into heaven. You're in the VIP section of heaven. You're in the lounge section, free drinks, the whole deal.
Yeah, but like turn the other cheek. Like how many times do you turn your cheek? That's the question.
Look.
Like, okay, if somebody hits you in the face, turn the other cheek. Like, yeah, hit me here too. And then they do that.
Yeah.
What do you do now?
Yeah.
He kind of stopped.
He did.
Like, turn the other cheek.
There are no further instructions.
And then, like, okay, I turn the other cheek. What happens now? Yeah, he continuously is hitting me. Like, well, what do I do? Like, yeah, we don't really know. You should call back later.
Right.
And so he just gave us like part of the story. There should be like turn the other cheek. If the person continues and you see there's no other way, you should destroy him.
I just think the whole Gandhi thing of just like, here, smash my head. That doesn't do it for me.
He said that.
I mean, there were a whole bunch of monks who did some nonviolent.
Here, smash my head.
Yeah, but there were a whole bunch of monks at some point who just like, I think it was Tibet or whatever. They just like bent forward and all these police officers were smashing their heads in. And then after a while, the police officers had to stop and go, whoa, I've smashed a lot of heads. Like, I don't really want to smash anymore. And the monks kept going, come on, smash my head, Right. I'm not into that. I'm into street justice, okay? I want the person who is being a bully, who is being violent, who is being shitty, I want them to be like in the fetal position crying, and just looking at it and just going like, this is so great. Everyone loves a movie like that.
They do love that movie.
Not just Taken, but also The Equalizer.
Yes. And
things
also
need to be equalized.
And by the way, the Equalizer, he doesn't really equalize.
Doesn't he?
No, he does not.
What does he do?
Because like a guy goes and beats up a woman, and then he goes and kills that man.
That's right.
That's not equalizing.
No.
And I'm not saying that hitting a woman, but it's just like it's not the same thing. If you hit somebody and then you kill them, that is not proportional.
Right.
You know, that's not a proportionate response to that situation.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So Equalizer, he's like, there's some, like the last one, he's in Sicily, and there's some mafia stuff going on. And he's just like, oh my God, they always come here and they destroy the cafe and they take our money and threaten the people. And he's like, all right. And he just like kills everyone.
They always come.
Oh, he's the Equalizer. A guy who's threatening a bunch of people and then you go kill them. Yeah. That's not equal.
They always.
But in America, that is.
Right. They always come here and
steal. It's like they attacked us on 9/11. Right? How many people died? 3,500, they say. Right. Okay, sure. How many people have you guys killed in the name of this action?
Right.
Well, we killed, 4 or 5 million.
Equal.
That's equal.
That's equal.
Right? And we all already forgotten that, because like all the people now who are dying in the Middle East, Palestine, that's a bunch of people.
Those are people.
And they're like, oh my God, this is the worst thing that ever happened. No, worse things have happened. Not to take away that is horrible, but we have, it takes only 20 years and we've forgotten that the U.S. has killed 4 or 5 million people in the name of war on terror.
Wow.
Because the reason I know that people don't know it, because I asked people, do you know how many people died? They're like, no. And why is that, do you think? Why do you think they don't why isn't that number why isn't that on everyone's mind all the time?
I don't know. Why is that?
Propaganda.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's more like...
You don't want to talk bad about your friend.
Yeah.
You don't want to talk bad about your friend.
I saw 2 women on the street yesterday, and they were filming content. And I think most people are too busy filming content to think about how many people the USA is murdering. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't fit both into your schedule. You're either making content or you're thinking about murder, but it's hard to do both.
They should combine it.
They should try to combine it.
But okay, back to your theory.
Because can I just say one thing about my theory, please?
Yeah.
For me, when somebody wrongs me and I point out to them without a shadow of a doubt, I make an argument to them which they cannot escape. It's an inescapable, waterproof, solid steel beam on fire argument about you wronged me.
Right.
And they're still in denial about it.
Yeah.
Then I am the violent, the anger within me can only be compared to some sort of abnormally large volcano from the past.
Yeah, from the past.
Yeah.
Not contemporary volcanoes. That doesn't cut it. We need to go back a couple of 100 years.
A couple of thousand, I would say. Prehistoric volcano.
Yeah. The ones that kill the dinosaurs.
Contemporary volcanoes are not even reminiscent, okay, of the kind of anger I get. What I want, and here's how my mind works. I don't know how your mind works, but that's my question to you. So somebody wrongs me, I point out they wrong me. I want them to be on their knees, begging me for forgiveness. And I'm standing there reigning over some sort of huge empire going, perhaps I will allow it. That's how my mind works, right? And so when they just deny they did anything wrong, hey, you did this to me. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. And also, here's my volleyball and my Coca-Cola, and I'm going to the beach and I'm posting fucking content. That's when I lose it, right? But at least I know that I have no criminal record. Right? And I go, is this worth it? I mean, I'm not a violent person, so I could never actually do it. But can you sympathize with how I want them to beg for forgiveness and everything?
Well, why don't you just want to hurt them instead?
What do you mean?
What do I mean? Why don't you want to hurt them instead?
Because it's fine.
If they wronged you, why don't you want to hurt them with equalized pressure?
It's more fulfilling if they can get down on their knees and beg for forgiveness.
So you're not a vindictive person.
No, I just want them to just to really feel that they did something so stupid, and I want them to just go home after the whole ordeal and cry for months and go, I'm not who I thought I was. I'm a totally different person. My whole life has been a lie. Their facade is crumbling. They go see a therapist. The therapist says, there's no hope for you. You did that to another person, and they're crying and cutting themselves, and and they come back to me and go, please forgive me. Perhaps. Come back in another 6 months, and I want that, you know what I mean? I want them to feel the pain.
Where are you sitting exactly? Like on a Mayan throne?
Ish,
yeah. In South America.
With skulls.
Yes, around you.
Yes.
With sacrifice.
That's right. And a volcano behind me.
Sure.
With a scepter.
Yes, scepter. Yes.
And a cape.
And this is now or back in the days?
They're never contemporary.
Right.
It's always in the past.
But doesn't this means like what have they done towards you? Doesn't like okay, let's say if somebody unalived family members, you wouldn't be that nice, would you? Like, okay, he's really regretting the murders he did towards my family. He hates himself and he cuts himself. That will No.
This is more like everyday stuff. Like, you share a pizza with someone and there's 4 slices on each side and they take 5.
Right. And
that's what I'm talking.
Yeah, that's when you want to be the Mayan god handing out forgiveness, perhaps. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
So that you react to that towards the pizza, but how do you react when it's actually horrible stuff? Somebody like took your money and invested it in, whatever.
But then it's totally different.
Okay, what's the difference? They've wronged you.
Yeah, but then it's like,
what? Yeah. How far are you willing to go as a human being when it comes to stuff that has been done towards you, wronged you?
I mean, I would assume all the way.
The way.
It depends on how dystopian our society has become.
Well, it's like now.
Are there any institutions left at all?
I think they closed.
Because
it certainly sounds like that.
because here's what I'm saying. If I'm living in a contemporary society and tons of my family members are getting murdered, it seems more like a Mad Max type society. It doesn't seem like it's this one. There's just less law and order. And if there's less law and order, you got to take it into your own hands.
Right.
Because it's less interesting to be a Mayan god and handing out forgiveness to people when it's actual offenses. Then you just want to go complete psycho, like in a movie, like The Shining.
What happened in The Shining?
Well, Jack Nicholson, he just becomes full-blown psycho. He want to run around with an axe. The last thing you want to do is be like a calculated killer like Leon, You want to be unstable. Like
but he was autistic or something. He was on the spectrum.
Was he?
Yeah, isn't that the whole movie? That he's like weird. He's a weird guy who has like a routine. He has one fork and one knife, and
all I know is this: if there was
sleeps with one eye open.
If there was a sniper after me right now, okay, I'm not worried about that. Because suddenly it's just gonna go black, and I'm no longer here. But if I got a Jack Nicholson in The Shining type character after me, here's Johnny, and he's got the axe, and he's just plowing through the door. That's terrifying. You always want to be The Shining.
I think I would have bigger problems having a sniper after me than a guy with an axe.
Why?
Because the guy with an axe, that's kind of like, okay, I'll just get a gun and I'm fine. But a sniper, you don't know where he is. You're out like, on your bicycle and then boom, you're gone. That's more horrifying. Like you can hear the guy with the axe.
Why? How do you hear him? What kind of noises does he make?
Oh my God, he has an axe, will people say at the cafe.
Right, at the cafe, because he's at the local cafe with an axe.
Well, I'm at the cafe.
Right.
Like he's not drinking coffee and then with his axe and then sees me and then like, oh, there you are. I'm going to kill. Here's Johnny. Right. It's like, oh God.
Right.
I would have a gun or like a what do you call those electroshock weapons? You shoot like 2 taser guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could buy one of those.
Listen, at the end of the day, you can say what you want about revenge, but people love it. People love revenge.
Hey, I love revenge.
An eye for an eye. Equalize.
Yes, I've always dreamt about justified violence.
Yes, and you know what's funny? It's like this society, the so-called society we live in, it's all about fairness, Oh, everyone should be able to get a job. Everything has to be fair, right? But at the same time, They don't apply the same fairness to street justice, which is the ultimate fairness.
I've been in street justice scenarios.
Can you tell me about one?
Nah, well, let's leave out the details here. But it didn't go well for the guy who started it.
Really?
Yeah. Somebody tried to steal from me, and then I caught him red-handed.
Was this a moped, perhaps?
Doesn't matter.
Right.
But anyway, and then he, I was like, hey, stop stealing my stuff. And then I shoved him away, and then he was like attacking me. Like, hey, you're the ones who's stealing. Why are you attacking me?
Right.
And then like, okay, you want to take this to town? No problemo.
Really?
So it happened. And then another one was like a friend of mine, he was wearing like a sheriff star on his jacket.
Right.
Just to be funny, and like a fake mustache on the city, like we were 20 something. And a guy just pulled it off his jacket, and I thought, oh, they know each other? Like that's such a strange thing to do towards somebody who you don't know.
Right.
And then he hit my friend in the face when hey, give me back my sheriff star.
Right.
And the guy hit him in the face.
Really?
It's like, what the fuck? And the guy wanted trouble. Like, he was just a guy who was like, I'm looking for trouble.
Really?
Yeah. And just like 1, 2, down.
Really?
Yeah. Because he tried to hit me as well. And I ducked and then planted one.
Right.
And he was like, bleh.
Was everyone clapping?
No, everybody thought I was like beating up a guy.
For no reason.
Wow. Yes, because everybody like,
they thought you were a
you
psychiatric patient.
You thought I was an escaped guy.
An escaped institution
Escapee,
person.
yes.
You were an escapee. Wow.
And so we had to run. And then
I bet you most street justice people who, in the name of fairness, beat someone up, and they're basically going like, why are you making me do this?
Right.
And it really is the right thing to do, but they get mislabeled as the escapee. Or like, the unmedicated guy, or like, oh, why are you coming here ruining our nice time? When in fact, so it's like, I think it's hard to be a hero.
It is hard to be a hero.
I think it's hard to be a hero. I think the hero usually gets pointed at and go, oh, he's a bad guy.
But all the movies do the right thing. They always do like, hey, never come back here again or else, right? That's all the movies. And then they do come back and like, well, they did get a warning. And now they're all dead. Right. So that's one thing. But when it comes to your anger, that it is interesting how you think you have this. Because you said you're not a violent guy, but you should be. I think you should be a violent guy. You fit the description.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I need to start doing. You need to train jujitsu for like 7 years. To be able to go out there and be a violent person with any kind of credibility. And I have 0 years jiu-jitsu so far.
Just for the sake of this algorithm.
Right.
We're not saying that you should be a violent guy, but you should be a guy who are able to defend yourself and retaliate.
We're just saying jiu-jitsu is great.
You don't need jiu-jitsu.
Don't you?
No.
What do you need then?
You need, pure power.
Aggression.
Right.
Uncompromising belief in yourself.
But like jiu-jitsu, okay, you get, you jump on his head and then, put him into the ground and he's like, okay, taps out. Like that's jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
That's not how movie works. Like you go in there, you give punches. Like Steven Seagal, he just walks in slowly and just punches everybody out. And
that's how real life works?
And then have a drink and then leaves.
Yeah. Steven Seagal is the best indicator of how reality
works. What
works.
was happening. Yeah.
He knew.
Now there's a lot of people who don't know what we're talking about. Steven Seagal is...
he's an action hero who since got fat and moved to Russia.
Well, he lives in Dubai, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
You met him?
No, but I saw this... Somebody interviewed him.
Okay.
And the reason he left Hollywood was because he was getting... First of all, he was getting very unpopular, and all of his movies were tanking, and he also got some charges against him where women weren't happy with his behavior.
Really?
Yeah. So who knows?
Wow. That's quite a scene, man.
It's quite a scene.
Yeah, it's hard to be a hero.
Especially when you're, a martial artist.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, but what I'm trying to say here is this. being a vengeful person.
Mm-hmm.
They say that that's not good.
Right.
But I feel the people who can't fight back are the ones who are saying it. You know, you shouldn't be vengeful.
Right. Yeah.
Well, that depends, doesn't it?
Right.
It depends on what happened. What happened here? Well, you shouldn't. Like, there was this guy, I saw this video the other day. There was this guy who kidnapped a young lady. And then, I don't know what exactly happened with the situation, but I guess it was even darker than just a kidnapping. And then she died. And then he was arrested and on his way to court or a sentencing or whatever it was. And then her father had like a baseball cap, fake mustache, and a beard at a payphone.
Right.
At a airport or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then he was just walking with two officers, and then he just turned around and blasted his head off.
Right.
And I think he didn't get sentenced or anything.
Wow.
They're just like, yeah, we get it.
We get it. Wow.
Right?
Wow, what a hero.
Well, I mean, he was like, well, my life is over, so I might as well, fuck it.
Yeah. It's hard to be a hero.
But I mean, like, the damage is done, yes. And everybody was like, there was no, of course, like the people who are in the legal system were like, well, this is not how the law should work, and this is not the society we want to live in. Yeah, we all agree. But at the same time, we're kind of like, it is the most human thing to do.
It is.
Do you want to revenge your child?
Yeah, that's right.
Right?
Vengeance. Yeah.
I mean, vengeance. We live in a society where God always said, as we turn the cheek, turn the cheek, turn the cheek. I don't know. I'm not turning the cheek.
I just love the fact that in the 90s,
nobody was turning cheeks.
Well, listen, everyone got punched in the face. If you said half the stuff you've said on the internet in the 90s, you'd get punched in the face all the time.
All the time.
So vengeance keeps people in line, keeps people behaving well.
True.
And yeah, everything was better in the 90s. There was no crime in the 90s, actually.
Really?
Nope. 0 crime rate all over the world.
Why is that?
Because everyone was getting punched in the face.
Yeah. So nobody dared to do anything.
That's right.
Because of the punching.
That's right. There's so much punching.
That's why the Soviet Union fell.
It is.
The people were punching in the face.
Right. Everyone was punching each other in the face. No one got away with anything. And that was a better time. And also, random people would just hit random kids in the neighborhood. Stop it. That kind of stuff.
Yeah. There were harder policing.
It was just, everyone was policing each other, but in a good way, in the freedom fighter way.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Anyway, so we're against violence in this podcast. Depending on the circumstances, of course.
Right.
We are willing to shift in that in our attitude a little bit.
But I mean, since this is a summer special, right?
It's a summer vengeance special.
It is. It is a summer vengeance special.
So let's go from vengeance to something that is similar. What's your holiday plans now? What's going on?
That is the same as vengeance.
It is. Okay, you don't have to tell people where you're going to go. You don't have to tell them what you're going to wear. But what would you recommend them now do when it's summer outside? Like clothing, like activities. Maybe you should start with that one. What do you recommend people now? There's summer. Everybody's walking around in flip-flops, shorts, T-shirt, maybe a linen shirt.
That's right.
And everything's just lazy and it's hot and nice. So what is a good activity to do, you think? What would you recommend our listeners? And people are, of course, dying to know.
I know.
What information you have on this topic.
7 people stopped me on the street on the way over here.
Really?
Just wanting to know that.
On the way to this studio.
That's right. And I said, just listen to the episode.
Right.
So basically, here's my interpretation of the situation, right? It's summer. Summer, a good summer vacation is an infinite Coca-Cola commercial.
Right.
Do you remember that song from the 90s? Anyway,
yeah.
Everyone's playing volleyball. They're spiking volleyballs. Everyone's flirting. Everyone's in good shape.
Yeah.
So very little body fat involved in a Coca-Cola commercial.
Well,
right?
that's not happening anymore.
So here's what I'm saying. Everyone is trying to slim down for the summer.
Right.
Everyone is on a cut.
Yes.
Everyone is shooting steroids and growth hormones, and they're taking peptides and all kinds of MK677 SARMs, all kinds of chemicals, Ozempic, right? And everyone's like slimming down. They're eating watermelon and stuff. And everyone is sort of fighting reality in a way.
Yeah.
Fatness is our normal state.
That is true.
Fatness is where we're supposed to be. So what I would say is stop fighting.
Stop fighting.
And be relaxed. Everyone's walking down the street with what? An ice cream? Here's what I recommend you do. You go into a shop, you get it. I'm laughing, but it's so genius. I have to laugh a little.
Yeah.
You walk into a pizza
because
shop.
Einstein, when he was doing his, E equals squared.
He tended to laugh a lot. He did.
He laughed the whole way through it.
So listen, go in, get an extra large pizza, walk down the street with an extra large pizza, and eat the pizza walking down the street.
Food.
Yeah.
Food.
No, but don't fight the fatness. If anything, be different, be unique. Use the summer to get fatter. Get fatter in the sun. That's even harder.
I agree with that.
That's even harder too, because you have less of an appetite when it's 35
That's
degrees
true.
Celsius.
Yeah, you do slim down in the summer.
Right, so fight it.
With pizza.
Fight nature with pizza.
Right.
Fight nature with pizza. That's a great coffee
Cheese is
mug.
your best ally.
It is, because no one expects it. No one sees it coming.
Yeah. But this is good for what exactly?
To get attention from the opposite gender.
Opposite gender.
Well, whichever gender you're into.
Because women, they love a man who's going against.
Women respect authenticity.
Right.
And my authentic state is pizza eating.
Yes. So.
This is what they're always talking
because
about.
Nobody dares to eat because it's summer.
That's right. Everyone's
and you're
afraid.
the only one who's like, listen, I know we're not eating because of the summer.
Yeah.
But we have to have food.
Yeah.
And I am taking a position right now.
That's right.
That I will be the man who's dying on this cross with a pizza for all mankind. Mm-hmm. And women will respect that because they know that, well, yes, it's summer, but if I get pregnant, I'd rather be with a guy who has a pizza and it's hot than a hot guy with no food.
Everyone's trying to be Mr. Fitness. Be Mr. Food.
Women are attracted to food.
Women are attracted to a guy who's fearless. Nothing screams fearlessness.
Then no food.
No, then you show up.
Food.
You show up at the beach with 2 extra large pizzas and a bunch of dipping sauce. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You pour a 2 liter of Coke all over your body. You know what I mean? They're going like, who is he? I want to know more about this guy.
I want to have children with this person.
It's a very common thought.
I need his DNA.
How often have you seen that at a beach? How often have you seen someone
Not
show
often.
up? See what I'm saying? Why? Because everyone's afraid.
Yeah.
The fear.
Scared.
The fear.
They're scared of doing it.
They're scared of being great. They're scared of greatness.
I agree.
All I'm saying is this. You want to really break it down?
Yeah.
There's 2 things that all women especially respect. Men too, but I mean, this definitely goes for women. Number 1 is authenticity. Number 2 is fearlessness. There's no better way to signal that out into the world than imagine you just go into a kebab shop, you get 10 shawarmas.
Yeah.
You're walking down the street with a pile of shawarmas under your left arm while you're eating one with your right. And with a mouth full of food, you go, "Sup, ladies?" You know what I mean? You can't even talk because you have so much food in your mouth. Now they might reject you then and there, but trust me when I tell you, they're gonna remember you.
The people who are listening to this and saying that, well, this is insane talk. Let me just help you out for a moment.
Right.
Okay, so back in the days, we're talking, before 1950, everything before 1950. If you were a fat guy with a tuxedo, you were very attractive.
Very.
Like, he's a guy who can feed himself. That was sexy. That is where I want to have my DNA placed. Right? I want his DNA. I want access to his world. I need also to be fattened up.
And I want fat children.
Fat children. That's the future.
That's right.
Fat children
are the future.
Are the future.
That's right.
That was the saying back then.
It was.
Women loved fat men. They couldn't get enough of it. And then, of course, after the post-Second World War, stuff started to happen. Well, you people should slim down, health, blood clots, blood thinning medicine, fatty food, not great, you know. But now there's access to food in a bigger way, so we don't have to eat as much. But I'm pretty sure the instincts of a woman seeing that a guy has a lot of food in his mouth, chewing with extra pizza in the pizza box, is kind of sexy on some level.
No. I totally respect your theory.
Thank you.
But I mean, it's a lot more complex and nuanced, right?
Okay.
But I can simplify it for you here.
Thank you.
Everyone is trying to eat so much protein, and they're all trying to eat less. Everyone's doing less calories, more protein. Everyone's obsessed with looking great, basically. And that tantamounts to basically an eating disorder, that everyone is sort of like stuck in this prison of, I can't eat this, I can't do that, I can't do this thing, I got to stay away from that. You know what I mean? Sugar-free this, sugar-free that. You know what I mean? And in the midst of this chaos of everyone so neurotic, and they're just like, oh, can I eat this? Oh my God, body dysmorphia, all this stuff. You show up there with 6 kilos of food. And you go, is there a problem? You know what I mean? And people go, whoa. What's he got that I don't have? Pizza.
Pizza.
That's right. He has pizza. He brings pizza to the beach, you see? So it's fearlessness. And look, I saw a podcast with a guy, and this guy basically, he was like a young guy, but he spent like 6 months to a year like getting ripped. So ripped because there was this girl he was going to ask out. And it was so much stuff. It was like steroids and growth hormone, all the crazy stuff of the dieting and everything. And then he looked jacked. And then after a year, he went up to her and he asked her out, and she rejected him. And then a fat guy asked her out, and she went out with him.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
And he said it's because of confidence.
Of course.
And so then he dropped all the body stuff and just went for the confidence game. Now, look, everyone's trying to get more confident, right? And everyone's got a lot of theories on how to get more confident. But let me ask you this straight up. What screams confidence?
Food and fat. Tomato sauce around your face. Oils dripping.
Dipping sauces.
The
superfluous dipping sauce.
The smell of garlic bread. I guess.
You walk around, just offer people a slice, take out an extra dipping sauce.
Yeah.
You know, in here, have a dipping sauce on the house.
I mean, I've been out on the town.
Right. You've been around.
And then like you go to a bar, and then it's like, oh my God, and like, do you have more? Do you sell food here still? No, we closed the food thing at 10 or whatever. It's like, oh my God. And then I've gone, like we were with a group of people, and then I have gone to like the closest thing that is open who serves some kind of a food where you can like take it away. And I've bought like pizza slices, actually, a bunch of them, put them together, put them in like a aluminum bag thing, put them in my jacket, and then I go back to the bar, and then like, hey, here's a pizza slice, here's a pizza slice, here's a pizza slice. And people are like, oh my God. And you become a hero.
That's right. You
become a hero. It's like you've helped us over the border from Eastern Berlin to the Western part of
exactly
Berlin.
The same.
And then the air bridge back to
that's it.
The West.
You are the helicopter taking a soldier out of Stalingrad.
Sure.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, I don't think they had choppers back then.
No, it was like there was 3 people saved from Stalingrad, something like that.
Yeah, but they didn't take the choppers.
Yeah, there was trust me, there was a chopper.
They didn't have choppers.
Fine, there was a plane.
They didn't have choppers.
They had fine. It was a plane then.
There was a plane, yeah.
Fine, it must have been a plane.
Okay.
But
right, that would be the same.
It would be the same
if they had a helicopter.
Listen, it would be exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's just high risk stuff, and I think
But my point was this.
Yep.
The women, the way they looked at me
when you had that pizza,
when I had food,
right?
It was like, that's a guy who I'm placing my trust with. I am willing to bear his children. And you know, do everything, because that's a guy, like that DNA is worth its weight in gold.
That's pizza DNA.
That's a guy who's willing to take care of a family.
That is.
You know, that's a leader.
Right.
And women, what do they love? Leaders.
They do.
With pizza.
Leaders with pizza.
Leaders with food.
That's right.
And leaders always have food. That's why they're leaders.
You know, I can just say that if you're part of the majority, maybe you should self-reflect a little bit. True. So if you're in this huge group of people trying to lose weight, doing squats, doing everything right, you know?
Yeah.
Listen, here's what you do. You go to McDonald's, you buy your body weight in milkshake. Okay, put it in a wheelbarrow.
Have we talked about food before in this podcast?
I don't know.
You don't
but
think so? That's something you don't like.
I'm just saying, up. Look, there was a guy, I'm going to tell you a real story now just to hammer home my point about the confidence. Because this is food in context. It's food in a fearlessness, confidence context. I dated a woman, and her stepfather was a billionaire. We were together for a long time, so I got to know this man really, really well. And at one point, I noticed that he never drank water. Never. He never drank water. And then I said, let me ask you something. Do you ever drink water? He goes, I never drink water. And I go, how come you don't drink water? And he goes, because I don't have any kind of relationship to it. He didn't have a relationship with water. You know what he drank? Coca-Colas. You see what I'm saying? And he's a billionaire. Yeah. So what does that tell you?
That he has extreme access.
Well, everything you need to know is what that tells you. So,
well, I remember in an interview with one of the influential guys for young people at this time. I don't know how much anymore, but Andrew Tate said he never drinks tap water.
Right.
He always drinks water with sparkling or with ice and lemon. Like it's always because it shows people that he's not just drinking water, but he can afford drinking water that has been handled in some way. It's more expensive than just tap.
Handled water.
Yeah, it's like he drinks water from a bottle. If he's at a hotel and there's like a dinner, there's water from. There's always like some kind of snobbish way of drinking the water. He just never just drinks the water. And I think that's an insane statement. But if you want to look rich, you never just drink a glass of water.
That's true.
If you want to look rich, you drink water from a Voss bottle, or that it's like in a, you know, it's with this, what is with bubbles. It's with the fizzy water. Yeah, sparkling water. So it means that somebody has been involved in your water, and that's success.
I would take it one step further, actually, just to hammer it home. This is kind of like my
Let me guess. Putting pizza in the water?
Hey, it's better than that, actually.
Okay.
But this is a real summer hack for those of you who want to know. If you ever look at the celebrities in Hollywood, when they're photographed by paparazzi, right, they always look homeless.
Right.
Because they got nothing to prove.
Exactly.
They got the confidence, right?
True.
Leonardo DiCaprio, right? He's fat. He's walking down the street. You know, he's holding a pizza slice, he's drinking a Coke, and he looks like he hasn't showered maybe a month and a half. And that, I think, is the ultimate trick, because a lot of people make this mistake. They shower. Yeah. They put on cologne, deodorant.
Big mistake.
They work out. They try to live a healthy lifestyle. You know, they own an apartment. And look, how confident let me ask you this. How insecure are you that you need all those things for people to like you?
That's true.
True confidence is being homeless, smelling bad, no clean clothes, and you look like you're inches away from death.
If you're a guy who smells like pee and you walk over to a beautiful lady and she accepts you, that's confidence.
That's it.
That's where you want to be. You don't need the muscles. You don't need the income. You don't need anything. You need contact. You need confidence. That's like, oh my, yes, he's homeless. Yes, he smells like he's never showered before, but he has something to him.
Which is but like I would say, just that you smell like pee. The confidence is in the pee smell.
Yeah.
Most women, I think, are looking for a guy who smells like pee. I mean, I'm not. I don't have that kind of confidence.
You don't. That's why you shower.
I have deodorant on.
You have deodorant
because I'm insecure.
Yes.
So are you.
Hey, listen. Having any aftershave on you, it's a sign of weakness.
It is, and just the fact that you're not morbidly obese says something about how weak you are.
I am a weak person.
You're a weak man.
I wish I had the confidence of like smelling like shit and going to beautiful women and then getting accepted. Like, yes, he eats soup out of a can, and his dog looks like it has worms and stuff. But he has something to him.
That's right.
A sparkle.
He doesn't seem to care about.
Yes,
you know.
He doesn't care about anything.
He doesn't care about anything.
And women love that.
Yeah.
When you don't care about anything.
You know, I remember one time I met you at a cafe, and I looked really disheveled, and I had a Helly Hansen sailing T-shirt on.
Yeah.
And you said, you look so bad that it looks like you actually own a boat.
Yeah.
Because you have nothing to prove.
Yeah, because if you go to like a fancy party and there's a guy there with just shitty flip-flops, shitty shorts, and stained everything, that's probably the richest guy there.
I would say so. I would say this. If you're going to go out on the town, maybe you don't have the audacity, the bravery to become homeless and lose everything and all this stuff, but at least just take a meatball sandwich and just pour it all over your white T-shirt. That's a start. Because people will notice.
And then you act like there's nothing wrong.
Hey, there's nothing. Hey, anyone who points out the meatball stains, they're crazy.
It's like, what's on your shirt? Food.
Yeah, food. Why? Where's your food?
So why do you have food on your clothes? Because I have just a bunch of food all the time.
I would switch it around and say, how come your clothes don't have any food on them?
No, but that means that you care about other people.
Right, that's true.
You don't care.
No.
You just answer questions because you're the god in that scenario.
Another thing that's very good just to
put on your clothes.
To put on your clothes.
I wear Lloyd and Mellon on my shirts.
Yes.
That's the hot sauce, sponsor of this show.
If I want to signal confidence, I pour some of this all over my clothing, and then people know. He's so rich and famous and cool and confident that he can afford Lloyd and Mellon all over his shirt.
This is fermented hot sauce dripping out of my face down to on my clothes. Mm-hmm. Women will love me because that guy, he's only he's only interested in taste.
That's right.
And quality.
Yeah.
Yes, his clothes are stained and you have to burn them afterwards, but he doesn't care. Mm-hmm. He cares about himself. And women love a guy who only cares about himself.
That's what they respect.
That's what
I heard the Lloyd and Mellon Corporation is now lobbying the government so that you can't actually call it a barbecue unless there's Lloyd and Mellon sauce there.
Is it true?
Yeah.
Yeah, they spent millions on senators and
that's right.
You know,
flying them down to the Bahamas and stuff like
military industrial complex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lloyd and Mellon, proud sponsor of this show.
Proud sponsor.
It's a confidence sauce.
Yeah, but listen, in all seriousness, just to conclude this concept, it was just 3 years ago that people didn't talk about protein at all.
That's true.
It's all you hear about now.
Yeah.
And everyone's trying to eat to get ripped and slim and this and that and tights, and everyone's on their way to a gym or from a gym. Everything is the gym.
Yeah, they live at a gym.
Yeah. And I was down in some small town during the weekend, and they had a pizza that was so greasy. And I called them up, and I said, listen, you know that greasy pizza you got? I want one of those, and I want the biggest one. But not only that, throw some pineapple on there. And he goes, you sure about that? I go, listen, make it a double dose. You know what he said? You know what he said? He said, I respect that. And then I got 3 dipping sauces, and I took that thing, and I walked out on the street, and I was eating pizza, and I was chunking it in this dipping sauce. People looked at me, all right? I don't want to brag, but I got some looks.
I can't believe you're single.
I know, right?
You should have been married by now, based on that action alone.
That's 100% true.
Why didn't any woman did any women try to throw themselves at you?
I mean, that was their chance to get me.
Yeah. Were there any women around when you were eating these 3 dipping sauces and the big pizza?
There were.
There were women around.
Yeah, there were women around.
And did they notice you?
They missed their chance.
Wow.
They noticed. Everyone was looking at me. Which is how you know it works.
How stupid they must be.
I know, it's ridiculous.
Well, hopefully you get another shot soon, because I don't think you're going to slim down anytime soon.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
So, because again, you want women to respect you.
That's right. So you want to get bigger and bigger. Don't enjoy the summer. Eat your way through the summer. Fight reality.
With food. Bye.